Good morning, traders. It's 4:23 a.m. I'm all done with my pre-market trading. Been done for quite a few minutes now, and I got my two trades on video, and they were both with Worx. And let's see what happened. So basically, what the reason I got into this position is because this was on the top gainer list. It was like the top gainer in my price range, and it was trading with a good volume for being Black Friday and at 4 a.m. And I like to get these when they run up on the front side. Now, I added one thing to this strategy. Instead of putting my stop loss at the low of the previous candle, that's a huge range there. I'm in at 180. If I got stopped out at 155 or 154, that's like a 25-cent hit per share. That's a big hit on a stock this price. So my new strategy is to only enter on the second or third candle if it gives me a stop below the high of this candle, right? And that's what this did. It opened up here, it came down, then I got in when it re-broke the high and used that as my stop loss. That's all part of my my new part of it's not a new strategy. It's the strategy I've been working, and I've always liked to enter these front side runs. But I used to just have my stop down here, and now I'm telling myself that I can only take these type of trades if it gives me a stop below the high of the previous candle, and instead of using this to protect my capital. So you guys can read that. So that's where my stop is. And of course, I'm hoping it just runs up higher. But what is it? Oh, so yeah, I had defined my stop at when it breaks 174 because that's where the bottom was. The bottom of this tail is right at 174. So as soon as I got in, I said, okay, if it breaks 174, I'm out. So it goes 174. I'm just watching this to get ready to get out. 171, and then right back up real quick before I can even hit sell all. Then the second time I hit my sell all. Luckily, I get filled at 175 instead of 171. That saved me quite a bit of money there. So that trade is over, and that was a loss of 55 plus the 2 cents to sell, so 57 cents total. So I started off in the red. There were really no other stocks trading with volume that were in my price range. So it was like kind of either Worx was going to give me another setup or nothing. You can see it at the very top of the top gainer list. 20,000 shares trading at 403. That's pretty good. Has a small spread. Those are all things I like. But yeah, it's selling off big time here. So then, the next play is like a reversal or a pivot play. And I kind of screwed up because, again, the daily chart, I got it. I opened this up and I saw this big green candle, and I'm thinking, all right, where's my entry? And I missed, again, the daily chart. It's not the worst, but it's not the best either because the price is below the 200 MA. That's one of my criteria that should be above. The good thing is that it's gapped up from this level. It's somewhere like around here, right? So gapping up is a sign of strength. But I think I would have passed it up if I would have seen the daily chart. So I just have to get better and better at looking at that first. So now I'm checking the range of this candle to see if, it gives me like a reasonable stop. And I think it's about a 10-cent stop, or a little less actually. I don't like to do 10 cents or more. So this one, is a 8-cent range. So it gives me a 9-cent stop, which but the fact that you got this big red candle, lots of sellers, and then all of a sudden the sellers are leaving, and you had a lot of buyers in the beginning. It's a good chance that there are more buyers waiting to get in this thing, especially since this is a nice pattern that often continues higher in the pre-market. Well, I think what happened was these people that bought in, down at the bottom of this candle, they got such a nice run right away, like 30 cents. Why not take it? And that's what they did. Okay, so now I'm waiting for it to break the high of this candle, which is 170. So as soon as I see 171, I'm in. It goes pretty quick here. It's at 168 right now. I need to see 171. There's 172, close enough. It goes right past 171. You can see I've triggered my hotkeys to get in. And then I get filled a little high, 173. Excuse me. So I'm just putting a line here for my stop loss. Getting ready to put my order to sell, ideally at 1R, but I kind of weak-handed it a little bit here. I was afraid, you shouldn't be trading out of fear for sure, but I was afraid that it was going to hit some resistance on the way back up, like possibly the top of this candle. So that's why I moved it there. But then it was looking pretty strong, and I said, you know what? Let me trust the strategy and not try to overmanage the trade. And then I decided to move it up to 179. It's only 1 cent higher, but still times 6 shares. But that was more strategic because I said, the more likely resistance is there at 179. You can see just as I did it, I get filled at 179, which is good. It hit 180. Even if I had that limit sell at 180, there's a chance it would not have sold, because if there's not enough buyers, it will often have to break your the level that you set it at. So I'm already out half, which means that if it comes back down to my entry, I sell the rest because I don't want to give back any profit I made. I don't care if I'm green on this stock or not, based on the previous trade. I don't let that influence me. I just keep trading the same way every single stock. Every single trade. So, but now I'm noticing, okay, it's popping up higher. I decide, on another pop, let me sell half again. And then I decide to move my stop up to the bottom of that candle because that was a big move, even though that candle's not done forming yet. So now if it comes back down and breaks this level, I'm selling the rest. I'm not going to wait till it gets to my entry. This thing just goes higher and higher. That's a 10 cent move, more now 13 cents. Now I decide to sell half again, which is only 1 share at that point. And then it starts to come down, and as soon as it breaks that level, I'm committed to selling out. It hasn't broken it yet. There, it broke, and I'm out, which is better than letting it hit my entry. Oh, and then this was a weird thing. Luckily, I got filled at 185, which is way better than that 178. It was kind of a strange thing. When I put my order in to sell all, the bid was at 190. Trying to get right to where that was. I'm not sure exactly what happened there. So the bid is at 190. There, it broke that level. The bid is still at 190. I don't understand that. It should be, right around where the price is. So my sell all is at the bid minus 5 cents. So that would be trying to sell out at 190 with a range all the way down to 185. And that's why you saw that limit order at 185. And luckily it popped back up. If it would have continued down, that would have been bad, because I would have been sitting there waiting for that order to be filled. I would have had to cancel and try again or something. But luckily it got me out at 185. I've never seen something quite like that happen. That's kind of weird. So anyway, that's that trade. And now I go back to my account page and I see, I'm in the green, so I made back that loss. Turns out that whole trade was a $1.02 win, and was enough to put me back in the green after that first red trade. So I got to enter a green trade for the first trade of the day, and now I'm up 384 for the month, which is good because this is a new strategy, a new plan. I'm only trading with about $50 a day on average, so that's a pretty good return for that amount, especially considering I'm ironing out this strategy. And every time you see a yellow here, it means that I broke the plan, I broke the strategy. And you can see almost every single one of those is a loss. There's one that actually made me money, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't all of a sudden make it a good trade just because I got lucky and made money on it. So that's why that's still in yellow. So anyway, I think that's it for, I got to update this percentage. It's much higher now, like well over 7%. And that's basically the return on my, the amount that I'm trading with every day, which makes it more like, hey, if this were a margin account, what's my percent return, So anyway, that's it for, some of these numbers have to be updated. But this is accurate. This is accurate. All of these are accurate. So I'm at new highs with the account. 267.04. So I mean, I've been depositing money this month, but the last time I deposited was right here when it said 265.69. So I'm up from there. So anyway, so this is real P&L. This has nothing to do with my deposits. That's just day trading earnings right there. So all right, I hope you guys have a good rest of the day. I may or may not take a trade at the open. We'll see what happens, and if I do, whether it's win or lose, I will record it and share it with you guys. Thank you for watching and subscribing. Really appreciate it. Take care.